Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to retopologize this mesh that I've made in ZBrush. Now let's talk about what retopologize means. So let's get an example here. I'm going to select the head and isolate it. Press F. Get out of this mode. Press F to zoom. So currently, this is my mesh. It's the mesh that I created in ZBrush. It's a Dynamesh. If you have seen my previous video, you know that this is how currently the mesh looks. So it has a nice detail, pretty much almost the same size pretty much everywhere. Every polygon, every tiny polygon has roughly the same size, and that allows me to sculpt with the same amount of detail pretty much everywhere on the mesh. Now if I want, let's say that I want to export this and I want to, I don't know, animate this, or I want to use this for a game character, for a real-time character. Obviously, I could not use this mesh as it is because it has a lot of polygons. So it's not super high poly. As you can see here, it says roughly 400,000 points, which means about 800,000 polygons. The number of polygons, it's twice this number here. So this would obviously be way too much for a character, for a game, or if I want to rig this character, putting bones and animate this character, it would be very difficult and heavy to paint the vertices and do a rig on this character like this. So what I want to do, I want to retopologize this character. Now, what is topology? Topology is basically the distribution of the polygons on your mesh. So I definitely want to have way less polygons than this, and I also want my polygons to have a flow that follows like these main shapes. So when I'm going to import back my mesh in ZBrush and subdivide it, I will retain these main shapes, but I will show how it works that later. So without further ado, one last thing. So I'm gonna do the retopology of the head in Maya, in Autodesk Maya. ZBrush can do retopology. You can do a retopology in ZBrush. There are a couple of ways that you can do it. Also, ZBrush has this tool called Z-remesher. This is a sophisticated algorithm that can do an automatic or semi-automatic retopology just by the click of a button. However, in the case of the head, I prefer to do it manually on a different software, and the reason is because I want a total control on how my topology is going to be. So if I use Z-remesher, Z-remesher has the possibility to use some user-defined guides. I will do a video about that in the future, but today I will focus on doing the retopology in Maya, and the reason is because I want total control. And as good as this algorithm is for things like faces, when you want really specific topology, It's not recommended. At least I prefer to not use it. But I might use it, and I probably will use it on the body because the body doesn't really have like particularly fine details. So I might use ZBrush Z-remesher to retopologize the body later. And now I think, yeah, for these I think I'm gonna do it manually as well in a separate video. So let's focus on the head for now. And so first thing we need to do is to export this head to be open in Autodesk Maya. That's pretty easy. So I'm just gonna go here and click this button, export. But before doing it, I want to make sure that, scroll down here to export properly. I want to make sure that my groups, it's unchecked, and the reason is because in this case I have two polygroups. I have this group, and I could do one group for everything and export it, or I just uncheck this button. The reason why I don't want to export the groups is because for some reason Maya sometimes makes mistakes when importing the OBJ. It will split the mesh in weird way. I will have like this area here as this area here, this area here as separate pieces, and I don't want that. So usually I uncheck the group option here, and then I'm gonna click export. And I'm going to export this mesh. I'm gonna go to here, and I'm gonna create a new folder called Maya. Let's get this, and this is gonna be head high poly, and save. And now this is exported as an OBJ format. Now let's go to Maya and let's see what we got. Okay, we are here in Maya, Autodesk Maya. I'm using Maya 2017, but any reasonably recent version of Maya will do. One thing to notice is that I'm going to use Maya, but the same thing I'm gonna do here that can probably be done in other applications such as 3D Code or Blender or Cinema 4D and etc. So just use the software that you're more comfortable with. Okay, I've imported my mesh. As you can see, it's very tiny. That's because the scale that I'm using in ZBrush it was a little bit small, but that's okay. One thing I could do, let's see, if I scale this up, yeah, so I'm gonna scale this up about 10 times. Okay, so, and now what I want to do, I want to select this mesh, and I'm gonna click this option. So I'm gonna make my object live. What that means is that now I can place polygons, new polygons on top of this surface. So to do that, I'm gonna click this button here. These are the modeling tools, and now I'm going to use this quad draw. So as you can see, transform constraint here says live surface, which means that every time I click, the new dots that I'm gonna place, the new polygons I'm gonna generate, are gonna be placed on top on this surface. Also, another thing that I want to do, I want to use symmetry, and I'm gonna use object X. I always get confused. Alright, let's get started. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to, okay, let me see. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the nose. Actually, no, I'm gonna start with the eyes. I'm gonna place a bunch of polygons, a bunch of dots actually, on my mesh, like so. And these are not actually vertices or anything yet. Basically, these are just previews where my polygons are gonna go, and when I click like this, these are actually my new polygons. I can click and adjust this like so. Okay, and I'm gonna do one more here, and then I'm gonna repeat for the bottom. And let's see, let's have 4 and 4. So I'm just gonna move these here. Let's move these like so. Alright, so I just created my first ring around the eyes. Now you might wondering, why am I using so few polygons instead of following better the shape? The reason is that this mesh will be subdivided, and when the mesh is subdivided, it will become basically the subdivision will interpolate between this point, and this will become very, very smooth. I can actually show you a preview right now. If I select my mesh, if I isolate it, so this is the mesh that I generated. If I press the key 3 on my keyboard, this is how it looks. This is a smooth preview. It's not actually changing the mesh, it's just previewing how the mesh will look once it's subdivided. So as you can see, it will become very smooth. So let's go back to our previous normal mode and click back to quad draw. So let's continue. So next I'm gonna extend my I'm gonna extend my mesh, and let's see, maybe I will connect directly this here, and this here, something like that for now. And let's see, the nose is gonna be okay, something like this, and something like this. Alright, now this part of the nose, this is gonna be something like this. I'm gonna place some triangles here, something like that for now. Like like so. Basically, what I want to do first is to identify the main shapes that I want to follow. So, for example, I definitely want to follow this shape here, like so, just to create a nice flow of polygons. Now, for here, I might add later some more detail, but this will do for now. So let's add these polygons here. Like so. And let's see. I'm going to connect this here, and I'm gonna add, by clicking Control, I can add a cut in my mesh, like here, like this, and then I can connect these guys, and something like that. Now, I want to add a loop here, probably. I will add a loop later. Let's see. Okay, something like that. Like so. And let's see, for the nose here. Before going here at the nose, let's do the mouth first. So just gonna add a bunch of polygons here, a bunch of dots, like that, to create the contour of the mouth. And I can just move these around like so. And okay, I'm gonna do the same with the top of the mouth. I want to use the same amount of polygons, but I don't want them to be connected right now, so I'm just gonna click. Maybe I can connect these two. Alright. Actually, no. I will connect them later with a small bridge here. Something that will allow me to keep maybe something like that. That will allow me basically to keep all quads, because as I mentioned in a previous video, when you work with subdivision you do want to have quads, because triangles will generate some pinch, some pulls in the smoothness of the geometry, which is fine if you are over a flat surface. That doesn't really matter, but since this character it's all curvy, then you don't want to have that situation. Now, one thing to notice, let's see, if I go back here to ZBrush, I kind of want to keep the facial structure of this character, so let me delete these polygons for 1 second. See this flow? It's maybe hard to see, but where the cheek is, like here, I want to keep that. So cheekbones kind of goes down like that. Let me get rid of this. So let's see what I can do here, because this will connect with the nose right there. So I might want to add, let's see, I might want to add a situation like this. And so the reason is because I want the nose shape here to crease, but also the crease will continue and form the shape of the cheekbones, hopefully. Something like that, perhaps. Okay, and let's see what we have. Also, I actually do want to continue this here. So let's see if we can manage to connect this point here, like so. And then maybe it's gonna probably be something like so. And whoops. Sometimes Maya has some problems identifying where I want the when it has to generate the polygon. So let's see, something like that maybe, because the cheekbones will go here. Connect here. And I can actually, let's see, I'm thinking what's the best let's see, let's create a loop around this border here. So something like that, perhaps. Something that connects the chin. Yes, this big chin, and let's add a cut in here. So now I don't actually want to generate, let's see, how can we do this properly? Maybe this will suffice. I'm just worried that this crease might not be, well, it should be okay. Let's see, let's bring this here. It should be fine, like so. And let's continue. If I hold shift, you can see that I can relax the topology just by clicking. Maya will automatically try and averaging the distance between the points. Let's see what we got so far. So if I go uncheck here and isolate my selection, press the 3 key, this is what we got so far. As you can see, it seems like these vertices are not welded, but that's not a problem. So we get something going on here, which is nice. Yeah, this is there's an error here. So go back to quad draw. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's fixed. And let's go back to quad draw. And let's go out from this selection mode. Now, how we want to proceed here, let me see. So I have this grease going on, and I need to connect all these points here in the middle. So let's start with this one, and actually let me see, maybe I want to go here and connect this guy here, connect, let's see, something like that maybe, and then I can connect these guys here like so, but this will generate, let me see, okay, maybe something like that could probably work out okay. I still want to have like this flow around here, around the shape of the mouth, and let's see. Alright, now before continuing here, I'm just gonna move here on the ears, and I'm gonna create a bunch of polygons around the ear, like so. So something like that. I want to basically create a circle around the ears. Okay, and something like that. And now let's see. Let's move this guy a little bit more here, like so. And let's see how to proceed. So obviously I do want to retain this shape here, something like that maybe, like so. And let's see, something like that. And also I want to have like an arch, like a round shape that follows this curve here. So let's see. Let's see what I can do. I'm just gonna place a bunch of polygons. I don't really know what's the best way to go around this particular shape, because this ear is very it's very cartoony, but so I'm not too concerned. Also keep in mind that ears, let's say that we want to make an animation like a smile or whatever. Ears generally don't move much, so I'm not too concerned about making a super clean topology here for the ear, because again, the ear doesn't really move much. So maybe let's place actually, you know what, I can probably just keep this guy like so. Let's see, it does go a little bit inside, so maybe I'll do something like that and connect this here. Just move this guy inside. Connect these guys. Now let's see, maybe something like that. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to close this mesh without having too much of a headache. So maybe something like that. Like so. Let's see, maybe something like this, and then let's close these guys, this point. Oh, looks like I'm gonna need to add a subdivision here. Like so, and also let's see, so something like that. Perhaps something like this. Let's see. Let me just get rid of these points here. Let's see. I could do. Okay, this is a little bit annoying. Because I want to keep everything with quads, but this will introduce a triangle, so let's see how to solve this. Maybe a little bit better. In this case, something like that. So I kept the quads, and I also kept this shape, and maybe I want to move this a little bit more, but when I will subdivide this mesh, I will have more polygons to adapt to the underlying high poly, so I'm not too concerned about these borders not following exactly the shape of my head, of the ear in this case. So let's see what we have so far. So if I go, oops, if I go to my mesh and press the 3 key, this is what I got. So it's okay. It's looking okay. And I've got the flow going on here. It follows the nose, I follow the mouth, the eyes, and the ears. So this should be fine. And let's continue. Let's basically, now I have to connect the other dots. So now I want to, another one that I want to follow is the chin. Obviously I want to follow the flow of the chin, like so. So the chin goes along here and like that, and like so. So basically I'm gonna create a bunch of polygons here. Okay, and let me distribute them a little bit better. Now obviously I'm gonna have to connect all of this together, so let's try to not get stuck. So I have this guy, now I have this guy, and as you can see that here I have a problem, and here as well. So what I can do, I could go and add one more loop like this here and here. This will be probably the easiest solution. And then add one loop here. Let's see. And then if I relax like so, like one, and this guy, and this guy, oops, this guy, and come on, sometimes Maya doesn't respond. Alright, and now let's smooth out a little bit my topology. The good thing about the smooth is that it will follow, it will stick to the underlying mesh. So let's distribute these guys a little bit better. Like so. Okay, so I've got the chin, and now I'm gonna have to connect everything, but I still want to keep this crease, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a, actually instead of doing that, I'm going to do something like this first. And connect these dots like so. And now I'm gonna insert this loop. This will basically create this nice crease that once I subdivide, it will follow the shape of the chin. Now let me add these guys like so. All right. And this is a little bit annoying. Come on. Okay. Now, in here, I could draw this polygon down to here, but let's see. I think what I will do instead, so before going here, I'm going to focus a little bit more how to connect my ear. So I could do a connection like this. Let's see. Let's see what comes out from this. Like so. And let's see. Maybe I can get these points. What I don't want to do is to lose my flow. So as you can see, I have a connection here. I have a pole. These are inevitable, so I'm gonna have to be sure to place them in a way that once the mesh is smoothed, doesn't cause me any problem. That should be fine. Placing it there should be fine. And okay, maybe I might add, let's see, something like this. Now I started to get to a point where I do want to have, I don't want to stretch this as much, so let me see what I can do. So something like, let's connect these two guys, and basically, so this is the crease that ends this bigger crease here. But let's see what to do here. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's add more points here. So maybe something like that. I don't really need much detail on the back, but let's see. I actually do want to have some more detail going on here, so I might gonna add one loop and move this closer like so. Move this guy there like that. Something like that maybe. And I might want to add another loop here. Let's see. Because I'm starting to get a little bit of stretch here. So this will allow me to keep more detail. I don't like what's going on here. Let's see. Now, basically, in here, I try to get to a point where I have another like circle in between this area. I'm not sure exactly. Let's see if I do. Actually, I don't need this. Let's see what I can get from this. So seems like I'm gonna need let me see, maybe I don't need this guy. Maybe I can just no, let's keep it. Just to have, I don't want to have polygons that goes too big and polygons that go too small. I kind of want to have I wouldn't say the same size, but similar sized areas. Now let's see if this might work. This is not very pretty. This is probably better. And something like that might work. Now let's get rid 1 second of this guy and let me connect here and see what we get. Let's go on the top. Let's create a bunch of polygons here that follow the top of the head. Oops. And connect. Come on, Maya, you can do it. And connect here. For some reason, Maya is not. Okay, finally. Something like that. Let's continue down here. I'm not counting how how many steps I'm doing. I will probably have to remove a bunch of these, but for now, one thing I have to do here is to open up this crease here that I made, and then I can go like so, and maybe I can connect this there. Let's see if I go like this, and something like this, maybe. Just spacing out a little bit this area. So connect these guys, and I'm gonna need a bit more here, and I found a triangle that I don't want, so let's move that there, and let's smooth out these like so. Alright, something like this. Let's relax this area. Alright, now let's move down. Something like that. Let's see. Let's go this way, and let's go this way. Now let's see how to conclude this part here. I want to have a flow that goes down like that, so something, I want to have something like this here, and I want to have a situation like this. All right. Let's see. If I go like that, I'm not gonna get what I want, so instead, let's see what I can do here. Let's do one thing. I'm gonna add a flow of polygons there, and I'm gonna bring this guy up this way, so I'm gonna have this spacing like this, and then I can go here and connect these guys with quads like that. And then I'm again in the same situation here, so I'm just gonna cheat, and I'm gonna add a loop here, because why not? So let's do something like that. This guy gonna go there, and there we go. Now this is not the prettiest topology in the world, but it will work for me. Okay. I don't want this guy. I'm trying to move this guy back there. All right. Like so. Let's see where this guy went. It's there. And just relax a little bit. And we should have something that it's kind of okay. Alright. I'm gonna have to finish off the mouth and close off the eyes, but for now let me save this scene. And now I'm gonna have to finish off this. So I'm gonna close the eyes. Let's see. I kind of want to create one more loop inside here, so even though this area is gonna be covered by the actual eyes, let's see. I can close this here and this here. Alright, something like that. Again, it's not the prettiest topology ever, but for now it will do. And also now for the mouth. For the mouth, I actually want to keep this guy separate because I don't want the mouth to be welded together, of course. So what I can do, I could extrude all these polygons in here. Let's see what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go out of the quad draw, go to object mode, and so if I isolate my mesh, I'm going to select these edges here, or actually I could maybe I'm gonna, if I double click, I will select the loop and I would extrude this. Let me deactivate the live mesh, and now I can just extrude this inside, and let's see. So because this is the symmetry is still active, I'm just gonna move these guys like so, and a little bit more like so. And I'm going to put them close together like that. Maybe move them down a little bit like so. Let's see what I got when I smooth this guy. So I do get the mouth shape, but maybe it's a little bit too open. I don't quite want it as much open as this, so what I can do, I can add one more loop around this this loop of polygons here. So if I click on connect, and slide, I should be able to insert a loop here. This should reduce. Yeah, this looks better. And also I think I'm going to grab these guys with soft selection. If I press B, I activate the soft selection. And maybe, let's see. Kind of want to close. Let's see if I select these two guys like so and move them. Let me get out of this mode real quick. So let's see what I can do here. I can select this guy. Maybe move it there. I'm trying to get into a situation where the corner of my mouth here, it's not, it doesn't get stuck into this weird gap that I have at the moment. So maybe something like that will help. Let's see. Let's go back to smooth preview with 3. Okay, so I think what I will do, let's see, something like that perhaps. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So save. One thing to notice is that the nose doesn't really have much sharpness here, and that's because I need to create a edge loop here. So let's see what's the best way of doing this. I could select these polygons. Let's see what's going on if I select this area and extrude them with offset. Well, I just want a little bit of offset, so 0.02, something like that. Let's see what this will generate. Yeah, that creates a much sharper nose, but I also want, let me go back to my vertices here. I actually want to have more gap, more sharpness in here. So perhaps something like this, maybe. I don't like what's going on here. Let's see. Actually, what I can do, yeah, I should, instead of doing this, let me go out. So I'm gonna select my original mesh and now go back to Quadro, which is a little bit easier to use, and I'm going to delete, whoops, wrong one. I'm going to delete this, and let's create, let's see, I kind of want a loop around here, so let's see what I can do. Something like this. Then if Maya will allow me, okay, to something like that, maybe. Let's see what it gets me. So let's go back here. Let's see what I've got. Now I can see the shape of the nose. However, I'm not happy with what's going on here. This is not. So I want this line to connect here. And then these, it's a little bit tricky. Basically, I need to get rid of this. Let's see what I can do. So if I modify this guy here, I actually want to be sharper around this corner. It should, let's see what I can do. If I connect this, let me delete these guys again. So this is a little bit tricky because this has a, I want a triangular shape to attach the nose. So let me see. This should go more up like so. Something like that might work. Yeah, I think this would do. So let's see what I get if I do this. If I press the 3 key, yeah, I've got now the triangular shape here, the pinching here, and the shape of the nose going on. So that's better. But what I also want to add, which I forgot, the character has the nostril, and I didn't create any geometry here to support the nostril, so I need to do that. So to add the nostril, let's see what we can do. Well, for now, let's save this. Let's go back to Quad Raw and let's see how to add the nostrils. The nostrils are gonna go here. They're around here, and they're fairly small. They're gonna be something like that. Let's see. Actually, maybe I'm gonna do something like that. and for the nostril, and then I need to connect this guy. So let's spin this around. Let me zoom in a little bit so I can see better what I'm doing. Alright, so it's this. And so I'm gonna have to connect these guys together, like so. Like so. And I have a triangle here. So let me add 1 point here. Let's see. How do I escape this trap? Okay. Something like this should probably work. Let's move this guy here. This guy is gonna move there. And let me relax. Oops, too much. Alright, so got rid of the quad. Sorry, I got rid of the triangles. And something like that could be okay for the nostril. Alright. And yeah. Okay. Maybe a little bit bigger. So Maya seems to have, let's see if I change in this auto weld from 10 to 2 should, no. What if I do this? No, it doesn't like it. Alright, well. I will adjust that in ZBrush later when I import back my mesh, because Maya does not cooperate apparently at this stage. So alright, let's see again what we got here. This looks fine, and maybe, yeah, something like that. I'm not too concerned with these polygons up here. And something like so, maybe, for the crease. And yeah, okay. If I exit from quadro mode again, press X, and this is what I got. So looks okay. Now obviously it needs to be adjusted further in ZBrush, but I think the main structure here, it's okay. So I'm gonna save this, save, and I'm just gonna import the eyes and do the eyes real quick, and then I think the head could be considered finished. Okay, back in ZBrush, I'm gonna select the eyeball. They will become the eyelids basically, and I'm only interested in the shape actually. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna export this, and this is gonna be eyelids high poly. And I'm also gonna export the eyes. Oops. High poly. Okay. So let's go back to Maya. The eyelids need to be scaled as well 10 times to match the position of the current model. And the eyes, let's import the eyes as well. Here they are. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start with the eyes, and I'm gonna hide everything else. And for the eyes, I'm just basically gonna create a sphere, a very simple sphere. Let me undo this real quick because I don't want the sphere to be created with the live mesh active. So I'm just gonna create a sphere, and I'm gonna rotate the sphere 90 degrees. Let's go to the front panel, press F to zoom, and I'm gonna place my sphere. I'm gonna scale it down. Let's go to the side. And what happened here? I think I scale it only on one axis accidentally. And let's move it here like so. By pressing the 4 key, it goes into wireframe mode, so I can further adjust the position of my sphere. And I'm gonna place it on top like that, facing front like this. Alright, now I have my custom shelf, so I'm gonna delete the history and freeze the transformation to reset the axis, and then I'm gonna duplicate this eye. Actually, I'm gonna duplicate it later. Let me get rid of actually, let's see, let's hide this for now, and let's unhide the eyelid. So for the eyelid, I'm gonna do the same as before, so I'm gonna click on my eyelid. Let me actually hide this sphere, I don't need to see it, and I'm going to make it live by clicking here. And now I'm going to trace with Quadro. I'm going to trace this mesh here like so, like that. And my computer seems to not liking what's going on. It became very, very slow for some reason. I don't know what's going on. and it's not even allow me to okay, now it's doing it. There's something really wrong here. So, whoa, okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so now Maya is responsive again for some reason. Let me go here and connect these points, and I'm gonna generate it seems that for some reason it's not liking this mesh. It's getting very slow at generating these polygons. As you can see. And now it's responsive again. I really don't know what it's going on with Maya, but that's the beauty of Maya. It occasionally it stopped behaving like it should. Alright, something like that. Like so. Trying to get this shape to be kind of the spacing between these parts to be kind of the same. Alright, so let's add some more polygons. And again, Maya is thinking about it. So, alright, I'm just gonna accept that I have this slow response. Perhaps it's because the mesh is not connected. I don't really know. Like the original mesh, they're actually two separate spheres, so maybe that can cause some problems to Maya. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Now I'm gonna move this guy here, like so, and move these guys a little bit like so. Alright. I think this will do. Something like that. Maybe a little bit more inside. This is gonna go inside the other mesh, so I'm not too concerned about. Okay, so let's get out of Quadro and select my mesh and go to isolate mode. So again, if I press the 3 key on my keyboard, this is the smooth version. And now I want to extrude. I'm gonna disengage this. I'm gonna save first, because when Maya starts slowing down, it's never a good sign. And now I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to extrude it like this, the eyelids. And also I'm going to add one more loop Actually, I'm gonna just create a bevel here and another bevel here on the corner of the eye. Something small like that, and this will create a crease when I smooth. As you can see, it's gonna make this eye the eye corners more sharp. So if I bring back my object here, let me hide these guys, I don't need them, and yeah, it looks good. I will let's see, just move these guys a little bit towards here, although I will adjust the overall shape once I bring it back into ZBrush. So let's look, looks pretty good. And my sphere, now the sphere looks a little bit too big, so I'm just gonna scale it down a little bit, like so, just to create something like that. And alright, so that worked. Let's see, maybe that looks good. So I'm just going to select this eye here and duplicate it, and I want to duplicate it and mirror it exactly on the other side. So to do that, I'm just gonna okay, first of all, let's freeze the transformation so it goes back to 1. And now I'm gonna go to the attributes, and I'm gonna set the pivot on not the world space, okay, world scale pivot, I'm gonna set it back to 0. And now I can just duplicate this guy, and I'm gonna scale it -1, so it goes back exactly mirrored to the other side. Freeze transformation, and this should do. I'm not sure if I have to flip the normals. Let me see. Face scaling, no, it looks fine from here. Okay, so I think this should work. And let me see. I just So I'm just a little bit concerned with this line here, because normally this line here, this line should be connected to here instead of here. So let's see if we can do something about that. So in order to do that, I would have to create, I will have to break the loop here. Okay, so sorry for the break, but I just had to take a quick break, and I also um, um, redefine a little bit the shape of this connection between the nose, the nostril, and the way that this flows uh, towards the mouth, towards the corner of the mouth. So now flows a little bit better, because before this was connecting directly to this point, but I wanted a little bit more of this shape going like that. So this is what I've got. So this is my current situation with the topology, and I think it looks okay. And basically I'm gonna stop the video at this point. In the next video I'm gonna do the retopology of the gloves and the boot, and then basically we're gonna bring this back into ZBrush, and we're gonna reapply the details that we sculpted before. And so stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.